Hello everyone, バルです。それでは前回の続き、水車小屋の探索後、ホームズがまた逃げてしまって、ベインズ刑事も死んでしまって、ワトソンは一人でまた家に帰ってきました。よく見たら部屋の中きれいに戻ってる。というわけで、ホームズが何の目的で水車小屋に行って、なぜ石を撒いてまで破壊して燃やしてしまう、そして結果的にベインズが死ぬまで持っていってしまったのか。やればやるほど謎が深まっていくわけですが、この続きをやっていきたいと思います。何するのかな、とりあえず。まずは、デイリーレポート。出版直前の記事。シャーロック・ホームズはベインズ警部殺人でスコットランドヤードの指名手配された。昨日衝撃的な状況の中で、ロンドン郊外にある水車小屋で起こった夜明けの襲撃で、かの有名な探偵シャーロック・ホームズは、スコットランドヤードの警部ベインズを無残に殺害した。シャーロック・ホームズは現地で、つい最近起きた爆発事故を起こし、高等法院の判事だったサー・ベケットの命を奪った主要容疑者でもある。ホームズ氏は今まで身を潜めていたと思われる水車小屋に火をつけた後、警察をやり過ごして逃亡した。出版される直前にこの記事を書いている現地点、この事件に関した詳細はこれ以外には入っていない。スコットランドヤードは意見表明を拒否している。あなたの詳細は明日の新聞にて提供できるだろう。新聞記事だったわけですね。出版直前って書いてるけど結局出たっていうことなんだよな、これって。
Today's newspaper. Mrs. Hudson must have left it early this morning. Baines's murder has made the front page. The news has spread quickly. The poor man shot at point-blank range. He had faith in Holmes right to the end, and it cost him his life.
でもなんで撃ったんだろう。でなんか3人で来てたんだったら、1人だから一緒に連れて行ってもよかったと思うのにね、警官を。2人ともワトソンといたわけだから、ワトソンの方が無害なの分かってるはずだ。なんか怪しいんだよね、ベインズも。
Holmes's pipe broken. I didn't notice it the last time.
壊れてる。
We think that we know the people around us, those who are close to us, who are part of our everyday lives, parents, colleagues, companions, friends. Then something unexpected happens, and it tears away the blinkers which we have chosen to wear. And it's at that precise moment that we finally see the true nature of those who always mattered the most to us. But in Holmes's case, what could have pushed the man, whom I have always considered as honest and loyal, to sink to such barbaric crimes and cold-blooded murder? I don't have the answer, but one thing is certain. Up until today, I had a friend. A noise. It's coming from the flat, I'm sure.
帰ってきてんのか、ホームズ。これ今いいのがワトソンの部屋だから、その近くってことだ。今現状ワトソンはホームズがやっぱり殺人犯だと思ってるんだよね。でもそんなことがあり得るのかな。かといって誰かにはめられてるとしたら誰がはめてるんだろう。
Holmes! I know you are in there! Holmes! Open this door immediately!
I think that I would rather not.
Tell me the truth, Holmes. I need to know. You have no right to keep the truth from me. Tell me.
I am sorry, Watson.
Open this door, or I will break it down.
Do what you like. The door is not locked.
いや、やっぱ銃構えてんのここ。
You've driven me to this.
夢と一緒じゃん、ここまではね。
The police! Open up!
え これは夢なのか現実なのかどっちだ？なんだこれ。これ、墓場っ
Why
てこ
did
と
it
は
have to come to this?
本当に死んだってことなのか。
All those years of friendship and respect, of trust, everything that we went through together, and you deceived me all along. Damn you! I wish that I had seen through all of your lies. But now, it is over. It is all over.
夢じゃなかったんだ。
After so many days of relentless investigations and sleepless nights, I returned to the Thames area, to the very place where the bishop's
Oh,
nephew
still
had
no
died.
製鉄
I
所が
only
なんだ
had
よ。
one
落ちちゃっ
trail
たや
left
つ。
to explore, one last desperate attempt to understand recent events. I descended into the putrid, dark, suffocating depths of the town, the sewers.
暗いな。下水
The
道か。
fresh breeze from the Thames gave way to the stale, dank air of the dark tunnels. A shadow moving through an underground labyrinth, tormented, wandering through this humid, oppressive purgatory. What I might find mattered little. The most important thing was to keep moving.
うん。ホームズが目の前で自殺をして、埋葬までしたってことなんだよな。まあなんとなく死んでないとは思うんだけど、何をする必要があったんだろう。一体何を隠してんだろう。
I can see something.
タバコ？
This butt is still dry, despite the surrounding damp. It was thrown here not so long ago.
誰かがいるってことか、この下水道に。
The bars are completely rusty.
錆びついてる。
Oops, this bar has come away in my hands.
上に登れないのだな、このままだと。
The bars are completely rusty. The bars on this grate are completely rusty. This will be useful.
うん。
Wire.
針がね、ここから先に行けるわけじゃない。
This must be a service trapdoor used to release the water in the event of the sewers overflowing.
うん。
An iron ring.
鉄のは、
An iron ring.
あ、そうか。手のマークじゃないとアイテムを使わないんだよね、多分。
That's of no use. That's of no use. That's of no use.
うん。
That's of no
こ
use.
の3つのアイテムではないってことか。ここに何かを使うんだね、結局。使って、ここはだってもう登れないよね、こんなじゃ多分。かといってタバコなんかも関係ないだろう。なんか今、はてな、虫眼鏡マーク出たよね。
A piece of rope that floats. If it's long enough, then it might be useful. It's very heavy.
死体？
A A body! Oh, it was weighed down by the anchor. If I can retrieve the anchor, I can use it as a grappling hook.
怒りを取り戻せば。
There.
うん。死体か。死体は調べられない。今度はこの怒りを使うのかな、さっきの場所で。あれどうやっけ。この辺確かあったよね。あ、向こうか。もうちょっと向こうだっけ。あ、ここだね。これを出して、
This must be a service trapdoor used to release the water in the event of the sewers overflowing.
光とロープを使う。
That's of no use.
無駄ってどういうことだよ、だから。
That's of no use.
違うのかな。
An iron ring.
これとこれがなんか関係してる気がするんだよね。まあ、怒りをとりあえずつけておいて。ここの扉も壊せそうにない。
The bars are completely rusty. The bar.
取れそうなわけじゃない。あの死体をもしかしてこの怒りで引き寄せるのかな。そういや。いや、でもそうだ、マーク出てないんだよ。タバコってなんか
This
意味あんのか
boat
な
is still dry, despite the surrounding damp. It was thrown here not so long ago. Let's be careful.
気をつけようっていうだけなんだよ。どこに行こうとしてんだろう。どこに行けばいいのかが全くわかんないな。難しいな。真っ暗だからな。あ、そこ。
First try.
ああ。
Now let's pull the boat back here. The boat is tied up on the other bank. It's impossible to pull it back to me.
まあ、これで今のこれか。
This must be a service trapdoor used to release the water in the event of the sewers overflowing.
これでこっちには行
It
け
will
な
be
いか。
better not to jump. I really don't fancy falling into that foul mud.
かなり汚いか。針金でつなぐ
That's of no use.
棒。
That's of no use. It will be better not to jump. I really don't fancy falling into that foul mud. That's of no use.
針金はなんか関係してる気がするんだよ
An iron
ね
ring.。
組み合わせるのかなこれとこれ。2本の鉄棒。ああ、これか。こうしてから、
The trapdoor is
ああ、
horizontal
ここ
and
の間を
solidly
通すた
fixed.
めに落ちないようにするのにか。
This must be a service trapdoor used to release the water in the event of the sewers overflowing.
これだから渡れるようになったんでしょ、結局。ああ。はいはい。
An old scarf with blood on it.
古びた
This
マ
bit
フ
of
ラー
iron seems new and looks like a piece from ordinary
な
machinery.
んか穴が開いてる部品。と、マフラー、血のついたマフラーか。
Footprints. Someone has been here recently.
ここを通ってる。それだけか。これはそれだけ。なんかロープがついてる。
Footprints. Someone has been here
も
recently.
うこっちにも足跡がある。
I need something to clean this grate.
なんだ。別に何か綺麗にしたから何か見えたわけでもなんでもない。
Incredible!
あ
This
あ、
grate is
これ
new
か。
and has a mechanical locking system.
あそこに入れろってことか。これ一緒だな。ここは一緒。やり直そう。こうじゃないんだな。こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう。あれ、変わんの？ああ、変わるんだ。で、ここだから、こっちへ行ったら、こっちでもない。こう行って右行って右で下に行って、ここ、ここ、ここ、ここ。まあ、多分、あれだな。どっちにしろ行くのは、こっち方面なんだけど、これじゃダメなのか。こうじゃダメなんだね。やっぱだから、こうだ。こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こう、こうの、こう、こう、こうだ。次が、ここだから、ここに来なきゃいけないんで、もうこれはもうこっちしか行きようがないんだよね。こうしか行きようがないから。こう、こう。なんか違うな。帰ってきてる気がするな。元の位置に。戻ってきたんだな、ここまで。こっちだと一緒なんだよね。まあでも、ここはもう、こう来るまではしょうがないんだよな。この流れは。こう来るまでは一緒なんで、こっちへ来て、こうかな。こう回せばどうだ？逆回転になる。ああ、一緒か。違うな。じゃあ、とにかくまあ、ここまでは、なんとなくここまでは合ってる気がするんだよ。これで、こう来て、こっちか。こうかな。そうだね。こう回せば、ここだ。よし。これで開いた。ちなみにこの先はもう何もないのか。 なさそうだもん。ハテナマークというか、虫眼鏡マークも出ないし。とりあえずじゃあまあ、ここへ
Come
行
on,
こうか。
John. Courage.
ジョン・マトソン。
And here's another. See how you like that? Oh,
なんだ
how does this feel? I don't think you like that much.
誰
That'll teach
Sure.
you. Let's see if I can break.
頭に袋をかぶせられて拷問を受けてるわけだ。ワトソンどういう時系列
Holmes.
へ
I am so very glad to see you, Watson.
今痛みつけてたやつらはどうなったんだ今急に。
Whee! Yes, he's alive! The bad guys had better watch out now.
何がどうなってああなったのか
And
よくわかん
he
ないけ
is
ど。
a good man. I knew that he was.
ホームズを痛めつけて
They're
た
going to be sorry now.
悪党はワト
My
ソンがやっつけ
grandpa
たってか。
ruled. Yes, and my grandpa saved him. Read it.
You are alive. I don't know what to feel. Relief or regret.
Watson, my friend.
You are not in a good state, Holmes.
Neither are you.
I suppose not. Can you walk?
Not without your help.
Why did you fake your own death? And who were those men?
I have to carry on with the investigation alone. John, I'm innocent. I'm not an accomplice of those men. Look at me. Do I look as though I could be their boss? Am I in a position to give such orders?
What a relief. Oh, my God, what a relief. But how?
Curare, hemlock, a few Indian plants, and sheep's blood to create the impression of death. A pathologist who owed me a favor for the death certificate.
Holmes, I was talking about this affair of...
I will explain everything, my friend, but we must leave here.
Yes, let's go back
目
to
の前
Baker
で銃
Street.
を撃ってもあれ
I'll
が理
help
想だ
you.
ったってい
Lean
う。
on me.
なるほど。
Home at last. I have missed this old room very much, Watson.
I put everything back in place after Baines went through it, but I didn't stay here. I couldn't face it.
Sit down, my
そうだね
friend. It is
死んだ
time
と
for
いう
you
こと
to
だ
know the full details of this case. First of all, I must apologize for the distress that this has caused you, and for my behavior, which was, I know, quite abominable. I can only hope that by the end of this explanation you will understand that I behaved in such a way only to protect you, and that it caused me great pain to see your trust and confidence in me ebbing away.
From whom or what did you wish to protect me?
From Professor Moriarty.
モリアーティがここで出てくるんだ。
We should not have taken pity on him in that Swiss asylum. Do you remember during the case of the Awakened? Our indulgence has cost us dear today.
He's responsible for the bishop's murder?
Yes, but that was only a small detail in his plan. A detail which he had to eliminate as it compromised the whole of his diabolical project. The bishop had in his possession a document which he suspected as being one component of a larger puzzle. The ramifications were unknown to him, but he considered the matter as sufficiently important that he should consult me. The day before our macabre discovery, his nephew, who was in his confidence, brought to him an important element which helped him understand Moriarty's grand plan. It was at that moment that two men began to comprehend the seriousness of the situation. The bishop then decided to contact me.
Against his nephew's wishes? Was that what they argued about?
Yes, but Moriarty found out that the bishop knew of his projects, and he arranged for his murder. The murderers were also supposed to bring back the document that the nephew, young Hampford, found, but they were unable to open the safe.
What was the document?
Evidence of Prince Woodville's implication in the project.
The nephew must have retrieved it from the Royal Archives, where he worked. A link to the crown.
Yes, Moriarty wanted to overthrow Queen Victoria and place the prince on the throne of England.
But that's impossible. He would have needed to create an incredible coup d'etat.
Patience, Watson. First of all, Moriarty placed his pawns so they might begin to develop and encourage a tense atmosphere, ready to discredit the Queen and thereby raise Woodville's popularity.
And provoke a famine, so that the prince's soup kitchens could begin distributing food and he would appear as a hero.
Exactly. Moriarty quickly learned that I was making inquiries as to his plan and, without wishing to sound vain, he knew that I was the only person capable of upsetting his schemes. He therefore set up a plan that I be discredited and thought of as a criminal.
And you played along with him.
Precisely. Allowing him to believe that he had succeeded was the best way of ensuring that his attention was no longer fixed
その
on
ため
me.
に死んだふりをした
Why didn't you say anything to Scotland Yard?
Did you not think it strange that Inspector Lestrade was away for weeks?
What? You mean to say that Baines?
Was working for Moriarty.
I understand. The bishop's murderers were in the hands of this traitor, and you were therefore at a dead end after our investigations at the opium den.
Yes, and Baines' authority allowed him access to the police archives. He changed and forged all the charges in the documents that you saw at Judge Beckett's house. It was also he who substituted the Samoan necklace for a vulgar copy.
So that
Well,
was
that's
why
what
the
Baines
judge
wanted
went to
to do.
Farley's, to obtain Baines's false information.
Precisely, but they each found themselves as instruments in Moriarty's strange orchestra. Judge Beckett received entire books full of charges against me, and a journalist such as Farley will not hold back when he gets the chance to make the front page of all the newspapers in England. With regard to Farley, it was a mere case of professional misconduct.
And to think that I held you responsible for the explosion at the judge's house. What a relief! But why did Moriarty have him killed?
He was on the point of discovering that all the documents supplied by Farley, and therefore by Baines, were false. Exactly the opposite to what our enemy was anticipating.
And where did the poison fit in all this?
Unfortunately, I do not possess all the information on this subject. The first time that we saw the effects of this substance on the body of the bishop, the poison was evidently only at an experimental stage. It was much too potent to do anything with.
Effectively. But in the second case, Kurtz, I didn't notice a great advance.
However, there was one. The poison was no longer fatal.
Yes, but the madness was still there. I should remind you that he attempted to devour his own dogs.
Correct, Watson, but it was not the second case, as you supposed. Remember the number of other incidences of madness, either collective or individual, relayed in the press in the days prior to it.
You mean to say?
That Moriarty tested this dangerous mixture on a large number of guinea pigs, apparently with little success, as all those people are now dead. I say apparently, because I do not have the least idea as to the result Moriarty was hoping for.
And that's where Hans comes in, isn't it?
Moriarty needed him to devise the substance's final formula.
And so you helped Hans to escape, so he might lead you to it.
Yes, but things did not go as I had planned. The professor's men got their hands on him just after his escape.
And you lost his trail.
Yes,
ガット
but
キラ
I
ーを結
doubted
局
that
手に入れた
Moriarty would take Hans to his lair. To find him, I had only one trail, the bomb placed at the judge's house.
The trail of the 3 Russian brothers.
I found out about the mill by having the anarchists' trail followed by the children in my own secret police. Once again, their help was a determining factor. As regards knowing where to locate Moriarty's lair, I hoped to find the information in the attic of the water mill. I got to it only just in time before Baines
あ
turned
あ
up.
それで爆破する
And
って
you
言
were
ってた
stuck
のか
then, weren't you? Allowing him to arrest you would have meant certain death.
Regrettably. But Moriarty's plan worked in any case, as after killing Baines, I became England's most wanted man for the murder of a Scotland Yard inspector.
あ、それもモリアー
And
ティ
so
の計
you
画
had
だ
to
ったっ
make
て
sure
こ
that
と？
people forgot about you. Therefore, you orchestrated your own death so that you might continue your investigation discreetly. Oh, that was a terrible time for me, Holmes.
I am sorry, my dear fellow.
Well, the important thing is that you are well and truly alive.
Yes, but it is not over yet. Moriarty will take action one day or another.
You were saying that you had found Moriarty's hideout. Where is it?
In an abandoned fun fair on the outskirts of London. It is quite certain that they are all there. Shielman, the Prince, and of course, Moriarty.
If Moriarty puts the prince on the throne, he'll have his hands on the reins of the kingdom, her colonies, her diplomatic network, her riches, everything.
Yes, including the army, the war fleet, everything he needs to help him conquer Europe, and eventually, I suspect, the world.
Holmes, we have to be quick. His plan hasn't been put into action yet. Perhaps it's not too late.
Let us go immediately, Watson.
なんか急展開だね。遊園地。ここでモリアーティが出てくるんだね。
Do you really believe that Moriarty is in there behind that fence?
Something in the wind seems to suggest it, Watson.
I have a peculiar acid taste in my mouth, if that is what you mean, Holmes.
Well, yes. The air is tainted still with toxic fumes from the factory chimneys.
I believe that I read about this place. The fun fair was abandoned after the factory was built so close by. It was said that even the ice
マスク
cream
が逃げ
tasted
かかったら
bitter.
ダメだよ。完全に公害じゃん。
Aren't you curious about the warehouse down there? There seems to be some strange activity taking place inside.
Strange and in keeping with Moriarty's activities. Let us go and see what they're up to.
ここへ潜入するわけね。なるほど。まあ、今回のいわゆるこうずっとつながってきてた事件の裏にはモリアーティ教授がいるっていう話になってきましたね。シャーロック・ホームズをあまりよく知らない方に簡単に説明すると、いわゆるシャーロック・ホームズシリーズで、悪のライバルとして出てくるのがモリアーティ教授なんですよ。まあこれ映画とかにも出てくるわけですけど、まあ言えばルパン三世で言うと、まあ銭形警部とルパン三世みたいな関係、まああんまりちょっと違うかも。まあとにかくその悪いことの天才がモリアーティ教授で、そのモリアーティ教授の悪事を未然に防ぐのがシャーロック・ホームズなわけです。で、おそらくこれまでの事件の中でそのやり取りがまたあって、まあ言ったらホームズをはめる。で、ホームズを抹殺するためにモリアーティは今回の計画を考えていた。で、それに騙されたふりをしてホームズは行動してたんだけども、まあ、結局そのために死も装わなくちゃいけなかった。で、ラッドキラーも本当は脱獄させて泳がせた上でそのモリアーティとのつながりをうまく利用しようとしたけど、結局まあラッドキラーはモリアーティ側にも先に手に入れられてしまうような状況になったと。で、まあラッドキラーの毒を作る能力っていうのをモリアーティは今必要としてて、まあ、クーデターなしないしはまあそのテロを行おうとしているってことだよね。さっきのロシア三兄弟も作って。で、まあそして何を求めてるかというと、エリザベス女王を退位させてウッドビル王子を新しいその要は王様として据えると。で、 それで見返りとして得た力によって世界征服をするようなことを企んでるっていう話になってきたわけですね。急展開ですね、話が。で、今、遊園地近くの廃墟のようなところに今来て、これから調べに入るところなんですが、今回はここで自動セーブが入ったので、一旦終わりにしたいと思います。次回、この、建物、小屋かな、遊園地近くの小屋、何か工場から出るガスのせいで、アイスクリームの味も変わってしまって、潰れてしまった遊園地の近くの小屋あたりを調べに行くことになると思います。はい。またよかったらでは続きを見てください。ありがとうございました。バイバイ。